Good evening, people. Good evening, people. Arno TV is back with you once again on YouTube. As promised, bringing you more stories about the despicable situation that we now find ourselves in this once great nation. Now, the story that I'm bringing you today, I watched a video earlier, and again, this is just shocking. The story I'm about to show you is shocking, okay? And if these allegations that are in this story are true, then all I can say is where on earth are we heading in this country? And when I warned people over the pandemic, the dark road that these people were taking us down, and that I feared that we were going to end up in a world something of the like of the 1930s, yeah, I was not kidding. So the story that I'm just about to show you, okay, is about an independent journalist in this country called Mahyar Tousi'S, okay? Now this guy has his own YouTube channel that's quite popular. He's got over 700,000 subscribers, so quite a large channel. He reports on the UK news, he reports on other stories as well. Now, when he's reporting his stories, he generally will report it, he reports the stories impartially, and if he's going to give his own opinion on something, he makes it quite clear that it's his own opinion. Now, whether you agree with his opinion or not, that's fine. People are allowed to disagree with people, okay? But what the allegations are in this story, in my personal opinion, are quite shocking. So let's go over to the internet, okay, and let Mahyar Tousi'S explain to you people out there what is going on. So with no further ado, let's go over to the internet and I'll bring you up the video that I just watched. So I'm going to shut up and I'll probably interject with my own thoughts here. But before this video starts as well, again, I think it's important to stress this. What Mahyar says in this video are allegations that he is making, and any opinion that he stresses in this video are his opinions, not mine. And when I'm going to give you my opinion, I'll make quite clear that it's my opinion, okay? But these allegations in this video are truly shocking in my personal opinion. Okay, so let's start this video.
Welcome to CTV. Some of you might be already aware. The last few days we have been dealing with some challenging situations following this Saturday pro-Palestinian protest where the far left and the Islamists were united to cause trouble, go around to say whatever they want, globalize intifada from the river to the sea and everything else. And of course, I was there as Tousi TV to report this for you guys. And as usual, I just did the reporting. I don't go there to provoke or even to talk to any of the protesters. We simply film it for the live streams. You can watch the live stream as evidence. Then we had some issues. Now, we were expecting for me to be questioned by the police 2 days ago on Monday, the 2nd of December. That didn't happen because there wasn't anything against me. There have already been some fake accounts, whatever these trolls are. For example, this person, Clown World YT, YouTube, saying he's not getting arrested. People shouldn't fall for this anymore. Now, of course, you have to ignore the trolls because we have the evidence, and now we're going to give you guys the information because we've discovered that the police, some people inside the Metropolitan Police are causing trouble by leaking my information and the report that they had. I've been given this and we're going to go through this. I have talked to 2 other individuals. We are going to be taking legal actions, and I'm going to give you guys all the information that we can in this video. Of course, the actual details will have to go through the legal procedure. First things first, on Saturday, I was there, and counter-protesters, the pro-Israeli, anti-Islamist, British patriots that were also there, the usual suspects that were also there, Nihat Gorbani, as you guys know, the Iranian counter-protester, and is also an independent journalist. A police officer got in touch this morning to let me know that this report has been leaked on social media. They are dealing with the investigation internally, obviously with the professional standards, but that's not enough. 2 other people have been mentioned. I did double check with them. They're okay for me to mention this. This was our crowd group. On the far right, you have Mark on the right hand side, and of course Niak Gorbani sitting next to me, as you guys are familiar, Mr. Banana Man. Their information have also been leaked. Now, thanks to the police, who have been very proactive in following me on social media every now and then. As you can see, this is a screenshot from a while ago when the Met Police were following me. I don't follow them, obviously, but they follow me. They're very curious about sort of stuff that we report, of course. We help them with all the contents, right? This morning I had DS Anish Jasra from the Metropolitan Police getting in touch to give me the information. He came over, we had a meeting, and he provided me with this. Now, this has already been leaked online. I'm still not going to show you the whole thing, but there's a couple of issues with this that's been leaked with my information and Mark's and Niak's. Principle, number 1, I don't feel safe anymore. The way it comes across. I've been under threat. I've been receiving death threats over the last couple of years. The police couldn't protect me. As you guys are aware, they said we don't have the resources. Up to a point where I had to change my address. I had to move homes. Recently, they threatened to arrest me for, number 1, a joke on social media about Hezbollah terrorists. I don't know what sort of normal person would get offended if I make a joke about Hezbollah. Secondly, because I was reporting the protest without being a member of a socialist trade union to have a press pass. I did check with lawyers. They don't have the powers to stop me. Now I'm going to talk about what happened in today's meeting with DS Jasper.
Before he goes any further, I want people to think about this. Whether you agree with somebody or not, whatever their viewpoint is, death threats towards people for opinions, is this the kind of society people want to live in? Because if these allegations that he's about to talk about turn out to be true, and as I said, allegations at this stage, then in my personal opinion, this is truly, truly shocking and frightening. Okay? This is where we are in the UK at the end of 2024. So let's go back to this video.
Because I wasn't giving everything, not all the information. We're going to pursue that. We're going to talk to lawyers. We've got the best lawyers. We're going to go through all that. Not only had death threats, the police couldn't protect me all this time. I had to change my address. The police were going to arrest me. Some people were saying that was fake news. Monday didn't happen. The way it come across, a lot of people, a lot of you guys watching, could be, well, they couldn't arrest Mahyar because there was nothing against him. So they're trying to get him killed. Some people who are part of the police are trying to get him killed by releasing his information. Not only the information, fake information, false accusations. Again, I'm just going to read the part about me, not the others, and not the rest of the technicalities. This is already on the internet. Even though it's been deleted, it's always on the internet. You can always find it. There's a problem here. 12:45 hours. Pro-Israeli male known to linger amongst pro-Palestine rallies is seen lingering around and trying to record and antagonize the rally prior to protest start. Antagonize. Then, my details. Mahyar Tousi'S, blue jacket, blue top, holding a blue iPhone. Everything was blue for some reason. Live streaming. Riling the passing pro-Palestine group. Antagonizing them. Ladies and gentlemen, everything we do is recorded live at these protests. You can go watch the live stream. The Metropolitan Police, those who wrote this report, can go and watch the live stream. Tell me, did I antagonize anybody? Did I even talk to any of them? First, I started by being on the counter-protester side. And some of them, my friends. It was nice, it was friendly, it was peaceful. I felt safe there. Then obviously I had to do my job to go around and report the other side. The police stopped me from doing it anyway, but I ignored it. I still did it because legally they can't stop me. Even if they threatened to arrest me because I don't have a press pass, a trade union press pass, I still did it anyway. And if they want to do it next time, I will challenge them. If they want to arrest me, feel free to arrest me. You can't charge me. It's not legal. I don't have to have a press pass. And we're doing something about that anyway. I've been talking to some political leaders and other MPs and some media figures new media figures to start a campaign to set up a new media APPG, all party parliamentary group in parliament, and also hopefully an association, which is not a left-wing trade union, but a body that could help with new media journalists and citizen journalists to have a press pass in general anyway. A lot of people are also saying when I start talking about all this stuff over the last few days, Mahyar Tousi'S is going to basically take advantage of this. It's all fake. He wants to get money. We don't do fundraising on 2C TV. I do not do crowdfunding. I do not ask for your money. This is not a charity. This is a business. We have a product for you guys, 2C TV Plus, our independent platform. Sign up. And of course, we do everything because it's a news channel. I'm not going to ask for money. So good luck with that. Because there was a couple of comments saying, there we go, he wants money. No, I don't want money. We have a legal team. We're going to sort it out. They're going around, firstly, creating false accusations, then leaking it. The people who don't like me and this channel, what do you think they're going to see? In the official report of the Metropolitan Police, it says Mahyar Tousi'S is causing trouble, antagonizing them. They're going to say, well, Mahyar Tousi'S is the enemy. He's the bad guy. This is just a start now. Now let's talk about the meeting. When the police officer came and talked to me about this. Now, he sat down. Firstly, they didn't really want me to talk about this. It's public knowledge. I'm not giving any sensitive information about the investigation. Do you know why? Because they're not even telling me about their own investigation with the professional standards, whatever it's called. The internal investigation. Then he said I should just file a complaint on the Metropolitan's website against the Met. I mean, for those who have ever done this before, filing a complaint on the Metropolitan's website, it takes about 12 years to get a response anyway. And all I want to know, and this person couldn't give me the details, who leaked it? What is the name of the person? What is their rank inside the police? That's one thing I need to know. 2, transparency during their own investigation, because I need to know if this person has been suspended, has this person been arrested, or are they still going around with more on my private information in their pockets? I don't feel safe with the police. That's not right. We could have political differences. We could have political discussions. I could criticize the police. The police could say, Mahyar Tousi'S, sometimes you need to be nicer. Fine, we could have all those conversations. But the role of the police, I am the employer. I pay their salaries. We pay their salaries to keep us safe. We are their boss. Not only they're not keeping me safe, and you guys, the double standard, the two-tier policing is another issue. And now they're not even telling us anything about the actual investigation because they cannot be transparent unless we file a complaint on their website. Where's that going to get me? We're going to have to take legal action. I am in touch with Niak and Mark, the other two, whose lives are also at risk now. I had to change my address recently because I don't feel safe. What now? Do I have to leave the country? Will the Metropolitan Police be happy if I leave the country completely? What do they want from me? Now, there are good police officers that they work really hard, and especially obviously the DS that came over, gave me the information. Thank you very much. But deal with the corrupt part of your organization. Now they stay where we're doing the investigation. Fine. We need more. This needs to go further. I need the political parties to watch this. I need the political leaders to watch this. I need MPs in the House of Commons to watch this. I need you guys to stand up in the chamber and ask simple questions from the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, from the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Find out what's going on. There needs to be a proper reform and proper investigation into the whole of the conduct of the police right now, the Metropolitan Police. And the general system, how do we recruit these people? Who are these people? Who is this person and what rank? Because it's not just about me.
Stop that there for a moment. The allegations that Mahyar Tousi'S is making here are very, very, very serious, in my opinion. Because what he is alleged, and I stress the word alleged, that there is somebody, a person or persons that are allegedly working in the Metropolitan Police in London that don't agree with him, whatever his viewpoint is, and feel that it's okay to be leaking his personal information out into the public domain. And not only his information, he mentioned other people that he was with, that their information has also allegedly been leaked into the public domain. Now, as he's already pointed out, he's had to move address recently through death threats. I want people to think about this. Death threats, okay? And now, obviously, he's alleging that his personal information has been leaked out again. Effectively, he's been doxed, okay? Now, this is very, very, very serious, people, because what he's effectively alleging is we have elements of the Metropolitan Police, it could be one person or persons, that are using their own personal political viewpoint, yeah, and their position to leak his personal information in order that people that don't agree with him or like him potentially could do harm to him. Okay? I want people to think about that. Okay? Where on earth are we now living under Starmer's Britain? Okay? Where are we? Where on earth are we going? Are we, when I told you that I feared that we were going to be living in a world that's something of the like of the 1930s, what, do we want organisations like the Gestapo and the Stasi, yeah, which were effectively political police, yeah, that if you say anything or have views that these people don't agree with, that you disappear, you're locked up, or even worse, you're unlifed? I mean, this is frightening, people. Absolutely frightening. Now, I don't agree with everything that Mahyar Tousi'S says. And, nobody should generally agree with everything that somebody says. But just because you don't agree with someone, or politically you have a different political standpoint to somebody, it does not give anybody the right to go out there and threaten people, commit violence on people. I mean, where on earth are we heading in this society that we have been created by the people that we have spoken about on this channel for 4 years, okay? Where are these people taking us? Because these allegations are very, very, very serious, people. Very serious. And if these turn out to be true, there needs to be some serious questions answered by the Metropolitan Police, okay? That is what needs to happen, because this is not acceptable. The guy is an independent journalist, okay? You can agree with him or you can disagree with him. When I've seen Mahyar Tousi'S, I have to say I do have to agree that he does do this. He reports the news impartially, and then if he wants to give his own personal opinion on a story, he does that. But he makes it quite clear that it's his personal opinion, okay? Which is more than what I can say from any organisation like Sky or the BBC or any of the mainstream media out there who push the government propaganda all over us. And the mainstream media are questioning on most things, okay? This is where we are at the end of 2024 in Starmer's Britain, okay? This is where we are. I want people to think about this, okay? I don't care what side of the argument you're on, whether you agree with this guy or you don't agree with this guy. It does not give you the right to start threatening people, intimidating people, doxing people's addresses, threatening, violence on people, or even worse, death threats. This is not acceptable from anybody, whatever side of the political argument you're on. And I want to make it absolutely clear. Okay? I don't agree with everything that Mahyar Tousi says, but I don't agree with everything that most people say. Okay, I have the right to agree with certain parts of things that people say and other parts of things that people say I don't agree with. But I've not got the right to tell someone that they're not allowed to have their own opinion on something. And I've definitely not got the right to start threatening people or threatening violence on people or death threats towards people that I don't agree with. That is not acceptable by any stretch of the imagination from anybody, okay? This is where we are, okay? And this is just unbelievable that this is where we are in 2024 under Starmer's Britain, okay? This is where we are, people. And I want people out there to think about that. Death threats towards people, violence towards people, threatening people with violence, okay? This is not acceptable. And this channel does not support anybody from whatever side of the argument you think you're on, threatening people, threats of violence, endorsing violence, racism towards people. This is not acceptable, people. And when are people out there going to start to realise that this kind of behaviour is not acceptable from anybody, okay? This is just frightening people where we are. So let's continue with this video.
If they can do it to me, they can do it to you guys. Again, we got Niak, we got Mark. How many times have they done this? How many times can your private data and information not be safe in their hands? Because one or two, as they would say, it's just one or two bad apples, right? One is enough to put your life at risk. Forget about the two-tier policing, all those other intellectual conversations we're going to have and debates about policy. This is just basic morality about safety of the citizens. We're going to pursue this, but when I said I'm going to need your support earlier, I don't need funding. We're going to file a complaint. That's formality. We're going to talk to lawyers. I need your support because we need everyone on this case. Let's see if the media is interested in this case, by the way. Let's see. We've seen smaller cases with big figures, part of the mainstream, part of the establishment. When tiny things happen to them, the whole of the media report about that. Oh my God, this person was mistreated by the police. Let's see how long it will take for the media to start reporting on what's going on right now here. About this. Will they talk about this? Will the media talk about this? Will the MPs in the House of Commons stand up and ask questions from the government to demand transparency? I'm just going to sit here and wait. It is now the 4th of December, Wednesday. Almost 5 p.m. UK time. That's why I need your support to push for this, to share this video, talk about this. Tag them on social media, all of them. Your political leaders, your political parties, all of them. Where are they? We'll find out. I've spoken to some of the friendly, obviously MPs. Hopefully they'll do something. Doxing people's information. Let's get some reaction from the live chat.
You people understand what is going on in this story now. This is just absolutely frightening. And Mahyar Tousi, we are doing our part on Arno TV to share this story because it is not acceptable. It is not acceptable for people to be going out there and threatening people with violence or worse, okay? And it is definitely not acceptable if these allegations are true, and these allegations turn out to be true, that we have members of the Metropolitan Police who want to use their own political viewpoint to do this kind of thing. as I said, these are allegations, okay? And Mahyar Tousi is taking some legal recourse on this, yeah? He's pursuing this legally, and rightly so. So he should do, because, as I've said, when I feared through the pandemic the direction of travel that we were heading in this country, and I've said on a number of occasions that I feared that we were heading into a world of the 1930s, yeah, of the like of the 1930s. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This kind of behaviour, okay, is not acceptable. And it is definitely not acceptable to be in any kind of world where we head down the road where our police forces are politicised, okay? Because the police should be completely impartial to everybody. It should be completely neutral, should I say. The police should be neutral, and their own personal viewpoints out of work, that's fine. They can have their own personal viewpoints and their own political viewpoints out of work. There's no problem with that. But when you are in a uniform and you are on duty, yeah, you have to be neutral and you have to treat people equally. And you do not have the right to go around doxing people online, okay? And potentially putting people's life at risk, because we all know there are a lot of crazy people out there who may do something on the back of someone like Mahyar Tousi'S address being doxed, or his details being doxed. The guy has already had death threats. The guy has had to move recently, okay? And I had a look at that live stream that went out on Saturday, and there is a point in that live stream where the police are pointing at him, and all of a sudden, you know, police come over to him. So he's obviously been pointed out by somebody in the police, okay? Now, the guy is, as I've said, an independent journalist, okay? You can agree with him or you can disagree with him. That's your right to do that. Everybody's got the right to have their own opinion, but people do not have the right to threaten people, intimidate people, put death threats towards people. And if they're working for the police, and as I said, these are allegations, I stress the word allegations. Anybody that's working for, whether it be the Metropolitan Police or my local police force or whatever police force, do not have the right to go around doxing people online because they don't agree with what they're saying, okay? This is a democracy. People have the right to their own opinion. And if you don't agree with a guy, it's quite simple. Don't watch him, yeah? It's quite simple. If you don't agree with somebody, you don't like their YouTube channel, just don't watch them. It's quite easy, okay? But this is just unacceptable, people. Absolutely unacceptable. And if these allegations, as I said, I stress the word allegations, turn out to be true, somebody in the Metropolitan Police Force needs to come forward and explain what on earth has gone on here. Because if these allegations are true, if they are true, this is completely despicable and unacceptable, okay? Violence towards people is not acceptable. Death threats towards people are not acceptable. Doxing people's addresses just because you don't happen to agree with them is not acceptable, okay? This is supposed to be a democracy that we live in. And this is the society that has been created for us by people like Keir Starmer, okay? I mean, where we are headed in society, in this country, in this once great nation, is absolutely frightening, okay? And when I've said that I feared that we were going back into a world that was something of the like of the 1930s, do you understand, people, now why I've been saying things like this? Is it any wonder that I think like this and I have these thoughts when things like this are going on. When things like this are going on. I mean, I dread to think where we are going to be in the next few months' time. I dread to think, people, where we are going. Because this kind of thing, as I said, is just absolutely frightening. And if you think that it's okay to have a politicised police force, if you think like that, okay, well, wait until the day comes that you've put one toe out of line or said one thing wrong that they don't agree with, yeah? And they come to your house and throw you in jail for your beliefs or your view on something doesn't match up. And you know, you've been accused of wrongthink, yeah? Thought crime. This is just absolutely despicable. I mean, I seriously wonder where on earth we're going to end up if this kind of thing goes on for much longer. So, I mean, I'm going to leave it there because this is just, it's just unbelievable where we are in a so-called democratic country. You know, where the idea that people have freedom of speech and freedom of expression, it's a farce. It's a farce, people. And as I've said on many occasions, people need to start to stand up and be counted, okay? And do not find yourself on the wrong side of history. Because if you think it's acceptable that these kind of things are going on, then there really is no hope for you. I'm sorry, there's no hope for you. If you agree with intimidation and violence and death threats, just because you don't happen to like or agree with what someone thinks or says, yeah? I mean, it's just frightening, people. Absolutely frightening where we are at the end of 2024. So, I'm going to leave again the link in the description of that petition that's going round, which is now heading towards 3 million, okay? And, you know, as we found out, that this is going to be discussed now in Parliament on the 6th of January, okay? It is going to be discussed in Parliament, and it's very important, in my opinion, that we get as many people to sign this petition as possible, okay? And send a message to people like Stalin Starmer, okay? And put real pressure on these people. So I'll leave that as a link in the description as well. I mean, all I can say to Mahyar Tousi's, if you ever get to watch this video, then we've done our bit to share your message, okay? Because what has gone on here is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And if, as I said, these allegations, they are allegations, I must keep stressing that, but it's just beyond a joke, people, beyond a joke. So for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I'd like to bid you all a good evening. I want everybody out there to take care of their friends, their family, and their loved ones. Okay? We will be back soon on Arno TV, bringing you more videos and streams about what on earth is going on in this once great nation. But until next time, I want everyone to take care, and we'll be back soon.